Well, Netflix has finally pulled the trigger and will now start showing ads for some Aussie customers.
The streaming giant is offering its cheapest subscription for just $7 a month, but you have to sit through a set of ads per program. From the 4th of November, subscribers can choose to keep their existing plans, which start at $11 a month, or take the new option. Let's bring in our advertising and marketing experts, Meg Coffey and Matthew Bywater. Welcome to you both. Meg, we'll start with you. Look, the sweetener is this new tier. It was supposed to cost $8 a month, so it's cheaper than what we thought. 4 or 5 minutes of ads, though, will play an hour. They're unskippable. That's the big difference, isn't it? Because in a number of other services, you can skip through the ads. Do you think that viewers will go for it? Will this save Netflix?
Well, look, I'm in advertising, right? So, of course, I'm going to say that I like the ads. It'd be remiss of me to say that I was anti-ads. So this doesn't bother me too much. As long as it's not like some of the streaming programs or platforms where it's the same ad over and over during that 4 to 5 ad segment, that I wouldn't be able to handle. And if I was on a budget or looking to cut costs, 4 to 5 ads isn't that bad. Look, I'm not completely opposed to it.
What do you think, Matthew? I mean, so the savings are there. What is it, about $4 a month you'll be cutting back, but you have to suffer through those unskippable ads?
Yeah, I think Netflix had to do it. They had to look at this tier pricing strategy, because the problem they've got, being number one, there's only one way you can go down. There is so much competition coming in recent times. So to get those other people, that they potentially lose other people, give them a price offer, get some new people in, so you get them in the house, as we like to say, you know, get them involved first of all. And also too, is that if you look at their growth, they're actually losing subscribers in Europe and the United States, where their growth is going to be in developing countries. And they actually have a lower household budget, so it allows them people to get in at a starter level.
Will this help free-to-air stations?
Yeah, I think so, because it lessens the differentiation. Yeah, and free-to-air has streaming. I mean, this show streams as well. So definitely it helps. And Meg made a really good point. Could I just add on to that about the differentiation in ads? One of the problems with some of these shows, these podcasts have it, streaming shows have it, you see the same ads over and over ad nauseum, and it turns you off the whole episode.
And whatever it's advertising. Yes.
I want to ask you as well about Tourism Australia's latest campaign. This is interesting. We've used Paul Hogan, Kylie Minogue, Chris Hemsworth in the past, but this time our star is a mechanical kangaroo called Ruby. She's voiced by actress Rose Byrne. The CGI animal is urging visitors to come and say g'day. What do you think about this, Meg? Is this it's a departure, but is it clever?
Look, it's cheesy. I'm not going to lie, it's cheesy. And for the money spent for Rose Byrne, you might as well have just gotten Rose Byrne herself. But this is targeted to Japan, and I think that they've nailed it when it comes to knowing who the target market is. And I think this ad will do really, really well in Japan.
Interesting. Both Matt and I were curious about this, Matthew, that there has been some backlash from animal rights activists saying that we shouldn't glorify an animal that we also kill. But does that mean that we shouldn't do that with cows or sheep or, any of the other animals?
It would be like Japan using the whale.
I think it's a little bit different with Japan and the whales, because the whales are of the ocean and they're not using them as a natural icon like we have.
Do you need to worry about that as an advertiser, using an animal?
No, because you're going to start worrying about everything otherwise, because there's always something potentially that we could be worried about. And look, the kangaroo is done remarkably well for Qantas, and I actually think this campaign, depending how they roll it, so what we haven't seen yet is how they're going to roll this out. I think we can do so many iterations of Ruby the Roo. I think it could be quite impactful.
They're doing it in the streets in Japan, where they can actually interact with Ruby the Roo. I think that sounds
you're going to see this pop up in so many different mediums. I think there's so much more potential with an animated character that you can use across many different mediums you can with a real life actor, and probably a hell of a lot cheaper too.
Yeah, Ruby the Roo by Rose. Lovely. Thank you, Matt. Thanks, Meg. Good to see you both.
Thanks.
Stay with us ahead on Weekend Sunrise. The modern day spin on